A lotus is a flower rooted in the mud that rises through and above to become a beautiful bloom. This is a podcast sharing mine and other stories of how we've done the same, choosing to rise above our circumstances to bloom. I'm your host, Amber. Let's get started. This is my friend Shawnie. We know each other because we were both in Gentle Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really interesting because I think actually I was friends with you. I felt like I was friends with you on Instagram. Did we become friends before you joined?
So. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then I remember when we had created the announcements group, I went through and I would look for everybody and see if I could find them and just add them. And I was already friends with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we knew some of the same people, and one of them had shared something, I think, about your podcast. And so,
yeah, that makes sense.
I jumped on.
Yeah. And then your daughter, so you're in group 4 and your daughter, Deidre, is in
group 3.
Okay. Group 3.
Yeah.
And I spoke to group 3 actually, near the beginning. I want to say it was just like a couple months in. And she and I have had some really cool conversation. She's so sweet.
Yeah.
I just love her.
She's amazing.
Yeah. She's working really hard, I can tell.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's so cool.
She is, for sure.
And I think it speaks volumes that it was like a daughter, mother.
Mm-hmm.
Even, I like that you guys you're in your own groups.
Yes.
Because it kind of gives you your space, but you're still both learning a lot of the same things. I think that's so cool.
Yeah. She started and, I was like, ooh, I want to get in and, tell me more about it. And she's like, Mom, no, like it's my thing. Yeah. And so then I just hounded her. And finally she's like, I think Taryn's opening another group. I'm like, I'm in. So I just like start mass messaging Taryn.
Oh my gosh.
Let me in.
Please pick me.
Yeah.
No, that's so cool though. I mean, because a lot of the work is healing generational things.
Yes.
And it's a lot easier when either the next generation down or the next generation up is involved in that.
Yeah.
It's not just you healing stuff on your own. It's you healing stuff within yourself.
Yeah.
And then working together.
Yep.
Which I think is...
She completely inspired me to start. She is the reason that I started.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, yeah.
I love that.
Just watching her grow and become, the beautiful, strong, ambitious girl she's still a girl to me, but girl she is, just I was just like, I need to be. She's very zen. She's just like, her whole life so just like cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
Just like, and even more so since joining Gentle Warriors and doing the work.
Yeah.
She just, she's a different person. And I was like, I want some of that.
What's great too is that just from like personal experience, it's hard to see that progress yourself sometimes. Like you can be like, hey, I notice I handled this differently, but you don't notice it on the same scale that observers notice it.
Yes.
And so I love that you're saying that. And then it's probably a really cool reminder to her of like, I know I've had conversations with my mom and I can see in the moment as I'm saying something and it's clicking for her, just something that I've learned. And I can, like they say that when you start the healing, you're healing 6 generations or 7 generations. I can't remember back. Yeah. And it's been really cool to have those conversations with my mom and I see it click and I'm like, oh, I can see the healing happening, even if it's just between us and then her being able to help heal past versions of herself. So it's probably a really awesome reminder to her of like, oh, I am making progress.
Yes. It's also hard because I am the reason for a lot of her trauma.
Yeah.
And having those conversations, with her and my oldest, my oldest is down her own healing path as well. And, to hear those conversations and, to have those conversations and to hear like, Mom, this is what you did. And I'm like, yeah I know.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yeah. And, but growing, our relationships are so much bigger.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Do you think that you guys have always been able to have that communication, or has it just been since you've been on your healing journeys?
Me and Deidre, yes.
Okay.
But Dakota and I, and even my youngest and I, no. But since my oldest has been on her journey, and I've been on mine,
Mm-hmm.
it's, you know, we're all setting an example for my youngest, Devin, as well. And all of our, I'm so thankful and so blessed because I have such a good relationship with my girls after everything.
Yeah.
You know, we're so close.
That's huge. And I mean, I think that it's awesome to have a great relationship throughout the whole childhood and everything. But I've also told people, I don't know, mine and my mom's relationship has been all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely is not what it was at one point.
Right.
There have just been so many changes. And we're more of a friend basis than a mother-daughter basis. And it's not for lack of effort. It's not for like as if we don't want it to be this mother-daughter relationship. It's just hard to have that mother-daughter relationship when, one, she wasn't around for my teenage years. And a lot of my adult years, she was in her addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And also with addiction, it just kind of stunts your maturity.
Yes.
And so in some aspects, we're on the same level with a lot of things. And it's almost just been easier for us to, like, it works for us. What we have works for us.
Mm-hmm.
But it, I would say even what we have, even though it's different than the typical mother-daughter, I love that I have that relationship in my adult years.
I love that for you.
Of course I wouldn't say no if someone was like, hey, would you like to have a great relationship with your mom throughout your entire life? I'd be like, yeah,
right.
Sign me up. Can I have some of that? But also like, it's like if I had to choose a great relationship growing up and then nothing as an adult, or what it was growing up and having a decent relationship with her now, I'm glad that I have that now.
Yes.
That she's in my life now.
Yeah, for sure. And my girls, you know, it was just me and my girls against the world.
Oh my God.
And
do you know that Helen Reddy song?
No, but I heard you talk about it on your podcast, so I need to look it up and listen.
Yeah. Oh, that gave me chills when you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was us, you know, and I was in such fight or flight their entire childhood.
Yeah.
Like I was so disconnected. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was it's really hard.
I don't know. I did talk about it once on here. I don't remember how in depth I went on it, but I did a Sangha process is what it's called. It's like a deep guided meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And it was around my mom. And I was able to experience, I went back to when I was 4 years old, which is kind of when shit hit the fan, the beginning of the end, kind of.
Right.
And I was able to remember some of the good things that I hadn't necessarily forgotten. I just hadn't remembered for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But the bigger thing was that I was able to view things from her point of view and feel the emotion of, for me, in reality, how that felt is that I was being neglected. I wasn't getting the attention. She was so focused on her relationship. She was so focused on her addiction. And I was getting like a little bit of what I needed.
Right.
And I was able to view it from her point of view of just being pulled in so many directions and being so scared and trying to be the mom that she wanted to be while being addicted to drugs, while also stressing to the max about this person that she thought was the love of her life,
right,
who was emotionally and physically abusive and also in his addiction, and he was kind of losing his mind and just trying to keep it all together.
Yeah.
And being able to feel, not just feel those emotions, but I could like feel it in my body. And if I felt like it was the first time that I was able to truly understand where she was coming from, gave me some perspective of like, oh, wow, she wasn't doing her best, but she was trying as hard as she could, considering she had this, and this also going on and taking up her emotional bandwidth. And
also back then, like, I mean, we didn't have half of the tools that people have
awareness.
Now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you tuck those feelings in.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah. Nobody talks about stuff like that.
No, are you kidding me? Are you weak?
Yeah.
Are you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are the things.
Yeah.
Like,
and even if people could relate to it, it was like, why are you talking to me about this?
yes. Yeah.
So wild.
Yeah.
So I would love to rewind just a little bit and have you
Yes.
tell me your background, your story. Are you from Utah?
Yes.
Okay.
I am from Lehigh. I grew up in Lehigh,
Nice.
little house that my great grandpa built.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, like, so it, family corner, everybody lived there. I had a really good childhood. I think that my issues with my self-image started probably when I was around 12. I developed a lot quicker than the other girls. And, when you're sixth grade and you have boobs, you look chubby.
Yeah.
And that's when it started. Until you get, ninth grade and the boys like the boobs.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, this is handy.
Yeah.
And then you start getting the attention. And so there were comments made that from parents that they don't know better.
Yeah.
That stick with you. And my mom was really hard on herself. She wasn't fat by any means, but weight was a thing for her. And, she'd say, oh, my knees are so ugly. And then a week later, somebody would say, you have the same knees as your mom. And I'm like, wait, they're ugly. I don't want those, that kind of stuff.
And it also like defines for you what ugly looks like.
Yeah.
Because if she would have never said that and you looked at her knees, you would have been able to define for yourself.
Correct. And I would have been like, my gosh, my mom is beautiful. Yeah. Like my mom has rockin' knees, instead there's this negative, like you don't need seconds, just the comments that really stick. And that started forming that I was not thin, but thin was what everybody was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I was, I have to kind of go back. So I was daddy's girl. Like I had two sisters that were younger than me. And I did everything in my power to make sure that like I was my dad's number one, like almost a competition.
Oh, wow. And
I would go horse riding with him. I would go hunting with him. I would do all the things with him. And I knew that he really, really wanted a son. But I was going to be that boy. Like I was, anyways, sixth grade, my brother was born as well. And I love my brother, but he took my dad.
Oh,
and I changed really junior high. I changed and I started really not liking myself. I didn't feel like I was good enough.
I feel like
which is normal.
Yeah. I feel like at that age, you're noticing yourself more. You're noticing other people more. Yeah. Your body's going through a weird phase anyway. So the fact that you're finally noticing it really isn't fair. Yeah. Like our awareness to hit right when we're at our most awkward is just not fair psychologically.
Right. And I was curvy. I am curvy.
Yeah.
And guys, like, I was definitely bullied by the boys, about being fat, stuff like I remember getting up in math in ninth grade, walking over to the pencil sharpener, and the boys in the class were saying boom, boom, boom as I was walking. Granted, I was not fat.
Yeah.
I was not. Like, I would say if I was, but I was not. But you know what I mean? And so that just, anyways, so... I started being really rebellious, really bad. And thank heaven none of my girls turned out like that. But I was sneaking out. I was getting attention from the older boys. Because they're not into the bullying the girls things anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I was sneaking out. I was never going to school. Yeah. Fast forward to my junior year, and I met my husband, who was 5 years older.
Okay.
So he was a lot older and a lot more trouble than I was. And I was like the first time I brought him, he came to pick me up for a date. And my dad said, absolutely not. You are not going out with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I think actually I'm just going to fall in love and marry him. And
I'll show you.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was the beginning. You know, he didn't come from the same background as I did. And he was already a drinker and already had his first DUI. But, you know, I was like, this guy loves me. This guy's paying attention to me.
Yeah. Well, and it's that outside validation.
Yes.
I remember, this is something that I think a lot of women can relate to, of when there's so much pressure on how to look and how to act and all of that, especially in our teenage years, and that carries into adulthood, our bodies become currency for us. Yeah. And it's like that validation.
Right.
And it's, well, if I'm attracting this person and this person, or if this person even likes me or wants to flirt with me, then I'm good enough. I'm pretty enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, he didn't love me. He didn't know what love was. And I didn't love him either. You know what I mean? But it was the best version that you knew. Yeah. So I graduated high school in May and married him in November.
Wow.
And 2 years later had our first daughter. Drinking still, partying. Like he didn't settle down. He didn't settle down even, you know.
Did you, or were you still partying and stuff?
No,
too?
I didn't really ever party. I fake partied.
Yeah.
You know, like drink the beer, but really dump it down and be like, oh, I'm so drunk just to be like fit in with everybody. But I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I'm too much of a control freak.
Yeah.
To not have control of my body.
Yeah.
I have definitely. Definitely party too much, but so
not to the same extent.
Yeah. Anyways, we divorced right after my second, Deidre, after she was born. There was infidelity. There was infidelity from dating.
Oh, wow.
there was a million red flags. But so Deidre was born. We divorced for a couple of years, and then, which I don't know. I tell him like we're imprinted on each other, like because we never stopped
communicating.
Yeah, being together. Anyways, found out I was pregnant with my last one. I was like, yo, like we need to get remarried because I'm pregnant. Yeah. We got remarried, had my youngest, and about 5 years after that, things were horrible. His brother had committed suicide, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah. And he just plummeted, and I was just trying to keep us together like that. Yeah. Like, you know, I wanted the white picket fence. I wanted the perfect family. I wanted
it to work this time.
Yeah. And I wanted everybody to think like, how can I go and be like, well, screwed up again. Yeah. That wasn't, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, so we decided to buy a house in Eagle Mountain. We moved out there. I thought everything would be great. You know, cause we're going to move out to like full of Mormons and Brad's not going to have anybody to party with. Turned out I was incorrect. And we lived on the biggest party street there was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it was real. It just tanked from there. Oh, the drinking got worse. The infidelity got worse. Sometimes I wouldn't see him for 2 or 3 days. Oh, my God. I'm trying to keep the house together, the kids. Yeah. And I just completely disconnected. And I gained a lot of weight. Like the first year I was married, I gained 100 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so
the first year you were married the first time or the second time?
The first.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So anyways, we lived out there for like probably 6 years and I knew that I couldn't do this anymore. So we sold the house and divorced again. And I was like, I'm done this time. I'm done this time. Yeah. And I really, really tried hard to be done. Yeah. But there was just something, I just can't explain it. Something, I'm sure a shitload of it was codependency, but.
Now that we know all that.
Yeah. Now that I know what that is. Yeah. anyways, so we, he got a couple of DUIs in the meantime. And he came back into my life a lot, probably in 2014.
Okay. So when did you guys divorce the second time?
It was like 2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a couple years later.
Yeah. So at that point, we divorced again, for the second time. And then we started getting back together about 2015. And I was at my heaviest. I weighed 359 pounds at that point. Wow. And I just thought that like nobody's going to love me. Yeah. And he loves me. Yeah. I mean, he was still totally into his addiction, which I didn't know it was bad. It was as bad as it was, like pills. I mean, I don't think there's a drug he has not done besides heroin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Which if he was into pills, that's kind of surprising. Yeah. Because that's the next thing.
Yeah. Like meth, coke, I mean, everything. And thank God he didn't.
Yeah.
Anyways, so in 2015, we moved back in together. And I think that was a real breaking point for my girls, especially my youngest. She was just like, because she was such a daddy's girl and he broke her. And then I'm bringing him back.
Yeah.
And they,
And your two older girls had seen you get divorced and probably all of the turmoil before, during, after, get back together, repeat.
Yeah. And they all did. And they saw their dad, fighting neighbors and getting drunk and falling downstairs. And it was a lot, yelling and screaming. There was a lot of verbal and emotional abuse.
Yeah.
And so we got back together in 2015 and then we went to California. We didn't get married yet, but we went to California on a trip, just him and I had to drive. He was drunk. He ruined the entire vacation, drank the whole way back.
Oh my gosh.
And then he didn't drink again. And he started working out and he just said that like driving back, realizing like for some reason, he just was like, I think I'm done.
So when you, just rewinding a little bit, when you guys were getting back together the other times, was it like full awareness of you knew nothing had really changed? Or was he like, no, I'm a different person?
No.
Nothing like that? Okay.
No awareness.
Shawnie. No,
I know. So anyways, so he stopped drinking and then our oldest found out she was pregnant. So Brad grew up without a dad.
Okay.
His dad died of alcohol when Brad was like 6.
Oh, that's ironic.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Brad was just like, I know that this is gonna be a boy, and I got to be a dad.
Yeah.
To that Lincoln's dad isn't in the picture.
Yeah.
And so he quit drinking.
Wow.
He quit drugs. He quit everything, and that's wild. Yeah. So. But I was still the same me, so he was going to AA all the time. He was, he was putting the work in and I was still the same me.
Yeah. Well, and you still had all of that trauma response.
Yeah. But at the time I didn't know that. I didn't realize that I had trauma. Like I kind of knew what trauma was, but not,
Well, and I think in the past, same thing. Like I remember I would tell people about my life, and to me, I was really good at kind of disassociating from it.
Yes.
To where I could talk about it and be like, what's the big deal? Like, why are people apologizing like this? It's just how I lived. It's not that big of a deal. And if people asked me, if someone had come to me and been like, oh, you have some healing to do, I would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm fine.
Exactly.
Especially because I was doing so much better than the other people in my life. So it was like, are you kidding me? Like, look at how well I'm doing.
I don't need to heal. He's sober now. What are you talking about?
Things are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my daughter had my grandbaby, and we got remarried. Brad and I got remarried. I can't exactly remember, but anyways, there's too many of them.
Which anniversary do you guys celebrate?
Yeah. So we celebrate our first.
Okay.
But our third wedding, we went to the courthouse, and, when you're getting your license to get married and, your marriage license and stuff, that was the funniest. The lady's typing away and she's like, okay, so have either of you been married before? Yes. Okay. I need the name of the person. And I'm like, Brad Brooks. And he's like, Shawnie Brooks. And she finally looks up and she's like, okay, that's normal. And then, that happens. And then the next one, okay, another marriage. Okay. And we're like, finally she said, wait, this is your third to each other? Just stamp the paper. But so we got married at a judge's house in Provo.
Oh, wow.
And we had to have 2 witnesses. So we brought Deidre and her best friend that has been her best friend her whole life. Yeah. Anyways,
that's so awesome.
So that's a funny one. But anyway, okay. So fast forward, there's a lot in the middle, because now I have a sober husband.
Mm-hmm.
So he's relapsed twice, but that's been 4 years.
Wow.
And we realized why he relapsed and have avoided
that situation.
Yeah. That situation since then. But I started getting sick. So I had fibromyalgia since 2008.
Okay.
And my body just hurt constantly. And I just I understand I was very large, but I felt just like a balloon gonna pop all the time.
Yeah.
So I started going to the doctors, and it was just one autoimmune disease after another. So 9 total.
Wow.
And one was lupus and one was rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh my gosh.
And 18 months ago, and so I just was fighting those. I could walk a block, and just my back hurt, my hips hurt, everything hurt. I actually had a temporary handicap sticker.
Wow.
And I had lost, in 2018, I lost a bunch of weight. I went to HIIT classes. My boss's wife actually she was a trainer. And so she got me going, her and her friend. And I really excelled in that until I started. So I lost 80 something pounds.
Oh, wow.
And I started getting a lot of notice, a lot of comments, a lot of, wow, you look great. And in my head, immediately I'd be like, no, I don't. I still am a piece of shit. I still look bad. I still, because you have to understand, since I can remember, probably junior high, I have hated what I see.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just haven't liked myself. I knew I was in situations that I shouldn't be in. I knew I was hurting my children. I knew all of these things, I hated myself.
Yeah.
People didn't know that because I was really good at pretending. Mm-hmm. People would be like, you're one of the rare women that are big and have so much confidence.
Mm-hmm. And what's wild about that too is, for me, when I was younger, I didn't struggle with weight, but I had other things that contributed to low self-esteem. Mm-hmm. Is that in the moment, for me anyways, I didn't view those things as me hating myself. To me, I was I loved myself to the extent that I knew how to love myself.
Yeah.
And I realize that might be different for other people, but in hindsight, as I've been learning more and more, I realize, oh, wait a minute. I actually didn't really love myself in that moment.
Right.
I wouldn't have done this if I did love myself. Or
Yep.
it's kind of like how people will say that they like a coping mechanism, that you don't realize it's a coping mechanism. It's not like you're saying, this hurts me, and so I'm going to do this to make myself feel better. It's just, this feels good.
Yeah.
And then you realize later, oh, it felt good because I was actually hurting, and these were the things that were hurting.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And the food, the eating, you know, I mean, I had an eating disorder since I was 16 that no one knew about.
Wow.
Yeah, I binged and purged from 16 on.
Wow.
Which doesn't make you skinny, just so we're clear. But yeah, and one day I hid it my whole life. And one day I walked out of the bathroom, probably 2012, and my girls, you know, high school and junior high, and they were standing there. And they were like, Mom, we know what you do.
Oh.
And so I just got sneakier.
Yeah.
And, you know, got very careful when I was purging. And anyways, my husband just found out a couple of years ago.
Oh, wow.
So I'm really good at hiding what I don't want others to see. So I just got really sick, and my stomach was a main source. So in March of last year, I had my gallbladder out.
Oh, wow.
And that I thought was the answer. And it wasn't. And I started, Deidre was in Gentle Warriors by then. And she would say things like, Mom, you need to heal your trauma. Mom, did you know that women hold most of their trauma in their stomach? Mom, did you, you know, and just stuff like this. And just watching her and listening to her, you know, I start Googling things, and she's like, Mom, when you get one of these stomach aches, like, you know, try to meditate and listen to this. And she would send me YouTube's, you know, on meditation and stuff like that. And sometimes they would really work. And so I'm like, maybe there is
going on. Yeah.
something, you know, to this weird stuff.
Yeah.
So I joined Gentle Warriors in July.
Yeah.
The 1st of July. I had also met with, a couple of years back, I got on semaglutide, which is a GLP-1. And that was a disaster. I was on it for 3 months, and then I got so sick, I had my gallbladder out, yada, yada.
Wow.
So I met with a nurse practitioner, and he was just like, well, let's try tirzepatide. Let's see, you know, if that does anything. So I was like, he's like, we'll just start you microdosing, you know, baby steps to see if it helps.
Yeah.
And at that point, I weighed like 322.
So quick question.
Yes.
You said that before you had been working out and you had lost like 80 pounds. Did you notice any difference in your health or the autoimmune disorders that you had with that weight loss?
None.
Okay. So it's not like there would be something in your mind to be like, oh.
No.
Okay.
Nothing other than it was hard. It was so hard because I would do a workout and the next day I could barely move. Wow. And so I'm just like, this is madness. Like,
yeah, like why am I doing this?
Yeah, why am I doing this? And people are making me feel so weird, you know, with the comments, the compliments. Like, I mean, they were all nice, but you know what I mean? The compliments that I'm getting, like, this is weird. And that was a whole.
I feel like that would be, I would have so many conflicting emotions and thoughts because it's like, okay, society says I need to look this way. And if I want to look that way, then I need to work out and eat this way. But when I work out and I eat this way, it makes my body hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling any better. It's not healing these things. And I feel awkward that people are commenting me on the results that I'm having. So it's like, all this negative thing when you're just trying to do what society says you should do. Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
So I just like one day I just stopped. That was it. I didn't think about it. I didn't be like, today's the day I'm stopping. I just stopped.
Yeah.
And I gained 50 back. I mean, that was simple.
Yeah.
I have realized I am really controlling.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no control over my life. I had no control over how my day was going to go because I didn't know what my husband was going to do. And food was the thing that I could control, good or bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, I should have shifted the other way, but I could control the food, and the food became a comfort to me. And then I would feel horrible that I just binged, an entire bag of potato chips.
Yeah.
All right, then go in the bathroom and throw it up.
Wow.
And that was my cycle for 20 years.
Did you recognize it in the moment that that's what you were doing? That like, I don't have control over this, and this, especially in your husband's addiction, or like, I don't have control over these things, but I do have control over this.
Probably 15 years in.
Yeah.
Not until like the last 5 years of it.
Yeah.
So I started Gentle Warriors, and I got on the tirzepatide. Mm-hmm. I found out I had celiac, so I, removed gluten as much as I can, as much as someone who loves bread can. And my stomach aches aren't that bad.
Yeah.
But
I had a coworker, I'd never heard of celiac disease until one of my coworkers, and we would get stuff brought in all the time by clients where they would bring in like fresh bagels and all this stuff. And she'd be like, "Oh, I'm doing it, Amber."
I know. It's like I might be dead at my desk in an hour, but I am eating this.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So so what I've realized in, I think retreat was the biggest mind-blowing experience.
Dude, I have chills just thinking of it, especially the first retreat. It's just opened so much for you.
Girl, I had so I had an I'll tell you really quick. Okay, my intentions were to let go of the resentment that I had towards my husband, because there was a lot. Like, I blamed him. Like, you did this to me. You made me fat. You made me hate myself. It was I was the victim, 100%. And you made me hurt my children. You know what I mean?
Like, it's your fault.
And my girls are damaged now. And so I wanted to release the resentment that let go of the resentment that I had towards him, and forgive myself, because my girls have forgiven me, and I needed to forgive myself because there was a lot of shame and guilt into that. So I went into Hoppe. Wow.
Yeah. Had you ever done anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
And these beautiful goddesses
love them.
Come and sit in front of you, and they're just like beautiful women, and they're like blowing this stuff up my nose. I'm like, whoa, here we go.
So wild.
Anyways, that experience, like, you just go like subconscious, and next thing I know, I'm like screaming at my husband. Oh, wow. I hate you. I hate you. I wish you were dead. And I remember I had long black fingernails, and I like choked him and pulled his, it was graphic.
Dude.
It was a mess. So I, come out of it and everything, and I'm like, holy shit, I made a mistake. I'm not supposed to be with him. I just killed him. Like,
that's what that means, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't, oh my gosh. So the next day, we had breath work, and I had never done breath work.
This was like a bunch of firsts for you then.
Yes. First being vulnerable, first like talking about all the things that are tucked inside, Anyways, so during breath work, she says, go find your inner child. And I saw me at 12, and she's like, talk to her, tell her what you want. And like, I just remember like hugging her so tight and just telling her, no matter what anyone says, you are beautiful. And don't ever let anyone think, tell you different.
Yeah.
And then we went to our safe place, and My husband was standing there.
You're like, I just killed you. Why are you here?
I did. I was like, exactly what is happening? Like, what are you doing? You're not my safe place. Anyways, and then I went to, and then we were like on a beach, on a cliff. And my girls were there. And it was like, I get emotional. I was standing in the middle of them and they were circling me. And like almost like cheering and dancing and rooting and cheering me on and saying, Mom, you've got this. Mom, we love you. Mom, we forgive you. Like that.
Which is like what you want to hear because of all of the shame that you carry.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
And then Brad came and Lincoln was there and there was actually a couple other little random children. So hopefully those are grandkids.
Futures.
Deidre.
Hint, hint.
Deidre, Devin. But anyways, and so after that, I was just like, okay, like I let go. I killed him.
Yeah.
Killed the bad one.
Yep.
And I just started processing. I started journaling like crazy, and Taryn telling you to sit with your stupid feelings.
I know,
and
it's hard.
I want to punch her when she says that to me. I've told her that. Like, but you know, just doing the work, meditating, taking care of myself, getting all my protein in, getting all my water in, like a whole combination of everything. But I think one of the biggest impacts was we were in the accountability group. And I had shared something, you know, about the way that I look at myself. Like, I don't like myself. And some of the things that I actually say to myself, like, I would probably murder someone if they ever even thought that about one of my daughters.
Yeah.
Like, dead.
Yeah.
And I say this to myself every day.
Well, it's funny when it comes to our kids or someone we love.
Yes.
We think the roles are different.
Yeah. And she helped me point this out to myself. Like, you know, she's just like, how would you feel if someone said, she's like, what is the worst thing you've ever said to yourself in your head? And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I dare say that out loud.
Yeah.
And she's like, why? Does it feel weird? And I'm like, yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, and so I told her, and she was just like, what if somebody said that to one of your girls? Because she knows Deidre's in the group.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I would kill him. And she's like, time to let that person go.
Yeah.
So I just start every day. Like, I write things on my mirror. I have stickies and everything. I used to read them constantly to myself.
I love that.
And, you know, you are beautiful. Weight is just a number. You're smart, you're kind, you know, all of the things. And over the past 6 months, I actually started believing.
I love that.
And the weight just started coming off.
Wow.
I was doing all of the things, you know, I was eating right. I hate exercise. Okay, sometimes I stretch, sometimes I do yoga. That's it. I freaking hate exercise. I just started doing all of the things and thinking so positive about myself all the time. And when I'd lose 10 pounds, I would look myself in the mirror and I would just be like, you're kicking ass. You're doing so good. I am so proud of you. What I would say to one of my girls.
Yeah, celebrating yourself.
Yes. And it just, like, the mind shift.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, now, like, I'm almost snotty about it. I'm almost stuck up about it. I'm like, girl, look at you. Look at you go. And it just, like, healing the inside has helped me so much. Like, I'm 60 pounds away from my goal.
Dude.
Yeah. I've lost 114
oh my gosh.
today.
Wow.
Like it's life changing.
Yeah.
And now obviously everybody is starting to notice that people are commenting constantly. And I love it.
I was going to ask.
I love it. Except today in a group, we were talking, I said I was coming here to do this. And they were like, oh yeah. And one of them was like, Shawnie, like we're all chanting, kind of. And I was just like in my head instantly, I was like, all right, enough, shut up. Like,
making me nervous.
Yeah, because I love being the center of attention, but I have to choose what the center of the attention is. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, like stop talking. But yeah, just I worked it out with Angelina. She's in group, her and Brighton.
I love Angelina. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and Brighton's amazing too. She lives in Oregon.
Oh wow.
Oh, and she's phenomenal. But anyway, so I like worked it out and talked it out and yeah, no, I have a story and I want to help other women. I'm in menopause. Like I'm in full menopause.
Which isn't when you're in menopause.
Whatever it is.
Words. When you're in menopause, isn't it harder to lose?
Yeah, right? Like you gain 20 pounds. You don't lose 110.
Yeah.
Like that's just not normal.
So that speaks volumes.
Yeah. So I'm 50. I'm in menopause. I have 9 autoimmune diseases. And I'm losing weight and discovering myself.
Yeah. Okay. Some huge things about this that I absolutely love is one, I think that it shows that people would probably say, oh, you have all of these things against you. And the fact that you're still not just making it happen, but how you're showing up for yourself in that.
Yes.
Is so loud to me. Like, I think that that's so cool. And that's one of the huge things that I've said over and over again with this podcast is that like things can happen in your life, but you get to choose what happens next. It's like, I was talking to a friend last week, and when Ben and I first started dating, I'd had like a super shit day. My mom was in the height of her addiction, and I don't think we'd been together that long. So for him to be there and witness this super awful day was kind of a big deal. And I was like, I just need to go take a shower. I just need to like wash this off of me, this day off of me. And so I took a shower, and when I got out, I had some dry erase markers that I always kept in my bathroom to write stuff, quotes or my grocery list or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had come in while I was taking a shower, and he wrote on the mirror, you can't control the waves, but you can learn how to surf. Oh, and
I love that.
Me too. And I kept it on my mirror for so long because it was a reminder, especially in that point in my life of like, I can't control these things. I can't control this. But I can control how I react to it. I can control what's next. And I think that that's so empowering for people to know, like, you might not have control of this thing, but you do get to control what happens next. Or like in your case, and it's not necessarily like, I know that you realized how controlling you are, like you have to have control over things, but it's more of like an empowerment thing of like I think that people think that when terrible things are happening, it's like, I'm not in the driver's seat. I don't know. And they just kind of succumb to that victim mindset.
Right.
But it's just like, no, you've got this.
Yeah.
You can do more than you think you can.
You
just have to believe that you can.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, take the autoimmune diseases, for example. So I went in March and, got all my labs and everything done. And they were just like, all right, well, like there's different medications. I mean, there were 6 different medications.
Wow.
I was getting injections in my back, all sorts of stuff.
For all of them.
And I went back in November, and he was looking at the paper, and he said, what have you been doing?
Dude.
Yeah. And I know I know that terzepatide helps so much with inflammation.
Yeah.
And trauma. Like healing that trauma that is trapped in there is huge.
Yeah.
And I'm also seeing, like, one of the things that I think I love the most is I'm seeing my husband show up. He shows up in ways that he's never showed up before.
That's so
And I'm setting the example to him. And I mean, he's feeding into it. He is all on board. Like I hear him using words like, I'm not going to let them steal my energy. And I'm just like, yes.
love that. Oh my
Good
gosh.
job, and looking at things, from a different light. Like he just sees things different now.
Oh, I love that.
And yeah, and I love that. And he's so supportive. And back when he was in his addiction, he knew the one way to hurt me. And that was saying something about my weight. And there was a lot of that.
Yeah.
And, he's apologized. We've moved on from this. I've forgiven him. And, but hearing him now, like there's not a day that goes by that he doesn't say, you're doing awesome. You look great. I'm so proud of you. Wow. Stuff like that. Don't lose too much because I like a little bit, but he's very encouraging and it's like we're married to new people all over again.
Dude, I love that. I've Ben and I talk about this all the time. We've been together. It'll be 12 years this summer. We've been married for 3.5 years. And we kind of joke that our relationship didn't start until we started on our healing journey. Cause it's like, and it's wild too, because of course we still have to have conversations about what's happened in the past because we've built these stories in our head about it. And it's like, okay, if I'm going to change how I'm reacting when you say this key phrase that for some reason sets me off, we need to go back and talk about some things. And it's so wild when we go back and talk about stuff and it's just like, who were those people?
Oh, totally.
We didn't know what the hell we were doing, first of all.
Yeah.
And also just like, it's so wild to see how much we show up for each other now and be like, we didn't know at the time how much we were not showing up, not just for each other, but for ourselves.
Yeah.
Like we thought we were like in this committed relationship and doing pretty decent and had our hiccups, but we were doing okay.
Right.
And now we look back and we're just like, we literally were existing together.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's surprising we've made it as far as
I was just existing.
Yeah.
Like without him. And he was just literally trying to die.
Man.
Like that, that's the only way I can describe it. And now like in fact, I was telling a friend today, like, I don't think I have ever actually been consistently happy. I've had happy moments.
Yeah.
And in my adult life.
Right. Yeah.
My girls being born, like experiences with my girls.
But not moments where you're like, my life is good.
My life is so good. And I have a sober husband. That's all I've ever wanted.
Wow.
I wanted him, but I wanted him sober.
Yep.
Because I know what kind of a person he is.
Yeah.
Outside of the addiction.
Well, and you're getting the truest version of him.
Yes.
Not this watered down, altered version.
Yes, exactly. And and so to know that the most important part is I am so happy with me. I am so proud of myself and what I am accomplishing. And I still have a ways to go.
I think that's one thing that I love that Taryn teaches. I mean, there's tons of things that I love that Taryn teaches.
For sure.
But one of the things that I really loved and appreciated was how she teaches, like, you have to have a full cup. Like, you can't be relying on other people to pour into your cup, because if you are, there's holes in the bottom and it's just going to leak out. Like, it's not going to be fulfilling enough. Like, she talks about how she always wanted her husband to tell her that she was pretty, and she was relying on him telling her for her to feel it. But then when he wouldn't tell her, then she didn't feel pretty. Yeah. And so it's just like, you have to find that within yourself first.
Yes.
And then anything you get from the outside is overflow.
Yeah.
And so I just think that's so, so true of how if you're not filling your own cup, if you're not finding that beauty and that love and that being your own cheerleader, it doesn't matter how much you're getting it from the outside, it's never going to be enough.
Right. Right. And now I know that what you're saying, Amber, is 100% correct. Yeah. But, 5 years ago, and just being more open-minded with life also, that has changed my view on life. Yeah. And it's okay if if people aren't like me, or if people don't believe the same things as I believe, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's that confidence of realizing I feel confident in what I believe, and being able to love others where they're at.
Yeah.
Of like, that's cool. If that is what makes you happy, I'm cool with that.
Exactly.
One thing I wanted to go back. So I have two questions. Has your husband ever told you, now that you guys have like this awesome communication and everything, has he ever gone back and told you what it was that just clicked for him?
So
on that drive back,
it makes me laugh because we don't have like super awesome communication. He's still working.
Oh. He's working on it.
He's working on it, but every day is an improvement.
We're always a work in progress. I feel it.
But he just had a feeling.
Just decided he was done.
Yeah. He just driving back, and he was just like, this is it. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. I heard the saying one time that said, men go first and women go faster when it comes to growth.
Yeah.
And I think when you said that about your husband saying like, I'm not going to let them affect my energy, it just made me think of with Ben, how I've been into like crystals and energy and all of that stuff for a while now. And now all of a sudden, and he would just always, I'd be like, here, take this crystal with you on your trip. Or like, look at these crystals that I got. And, oh, do you know what kind of crystal this is? And he would always be like, okay, that's cool. Or someone would give him something and he'd be like, thanks, I guess. Like, I appreciate the gesture. And now he'll go on retreats and be like, do you know where my bag of crystals is? I'm like,
okay, goals. Those are goals. Brad's like, where's my crystals?
Yeah. Or we'll be talking about things and he'll be like, you realize that from an energetic standpoint, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, who are you?
Oh my gosh. I love it though.
I know, it's so good.
Yeah. And I noticed, like, you know, with the big storm that happened yesterday, we were all stuck in traffic for 4+ hours.
Yeah.
And I drive from Bountiful to Lehigh every day. And he was at the airport coming home anyways. And so I'm in the carpool lane, and I was actually listening to your podcast with the English.
Oh, Gareth.
Yep. Gareth.
Gareth.
I was listening to that, and Brad calls, and he's still needs to work on patience, and he's like, these idiots and yada, yada. And I was like, Brad, like, cut him right off. And I was like, I am in Zen. I am listening to a really good podcast right now, and I only have one way home, and I just got to get there, and I can't have this, And he's like, you're right. Okay, I'm going to go to Zen.
I'll meet you in Zen.
Yeah, I was like, all right, good.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
But yeah.
The other thing I wanted to come back to was, I love that you mentioned earlier about sitting in your emotions and feeling them.
Ugh.
I know.
I hate love.
Because you hate love?
I hate love of sitting in my emotions.
Yeah. Oh, hate love. Hate/love. Yes.
Yes.
I was like, wait, you hate love?
No.
I love love.
I love love.
It's Valentine's Day.
Yes.
No, but that was one thing. I love how you were like, Taryn kept telling me, and I'd be like, ugh. With me, she was like, can you just be? Can you just sit? Can you just be? And I'm like, I don't know, Taryn. Sounds really boring to just be. Like, right. I could be doing 500 things. But that was a huge thing for me, is just sitting and allowing. And it wasn't, I think the one thing that I misunderstood is, because I would always do the thing where it was, I don't have time to feel that right now. Like, I'll feel it later.
Yep,
I'll deal with it later. And later would happen, and I would either forget, or it wouldn't happen. Like, I wouldn't feel the emotions. Or it would be a time where I was around other people, and it was like, I can't cry in front of these people, or they wouldn't understand this emotion. So just stuffing it down.
Yes. And
I think one thing that I misunderstood about allowing myself to feel the emotions and to just sit in them is, that was the other thing of like, yeah, but why would I want to sit in this self-pity party? Like, I've learned so much about I'm not a victim and the power of that I don't want to sit in my own pity party. What does that mean, to sit in my emotions?
Yes.
And so that was another lesson for me of like, sitting in it isn't sitting and
feeling sorry for yourself.
Right. It's not living there.
Right.
You're not staying there.
Right.
But it's just allowing yourself to feel the emotion, acknowledging it, asking why it's coming up.
Just going to say that.
Yeah. And there's so much power in that I, like, if people just did that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the world would be a different place.
Right? If people just did shadow work.
Yeah.
I did some shadow work while, like 3 or 4 months ago. And I was just like, what? Because I held a lot of resentment towards my brother. Like,
oh yeah. Cause he was the boy.
Like my whole life.
Wow.
Like he was like, I love my father, but my dad made it perfectly clear that if he would have had a boy first, he probably wouldn't have had any more kids.
Yeah.
And dang, I had one. Dang, I had another one. Dang, you know what I mean? And they kept trying until they had him. And he was the golden child. And he still is. He can do no wrong. He's my dad's favorite.
Yeah.
And I held that. And I feel so bad because me and my brother never really got to have that relationship. Mm-hmm. But it was because of me. And so doing shadow work really showed me that all of a sudden I was like, wow, I had so many emotions towards my brother.
Yeah.
And that kid didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? And so I'm really trying, like I will randomly send him an Instagram and be like, I love you. And he's like, weird. I love you. You know what I mean?
Don't be awkward.
Yeah. Like,
why are you making it weird?
What are you doing? Stop texting me so much. But I'm really trying to mend that.
Yeah.
Because I've been a bitch to him and he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
He was born. The golden child.
He came into the world.
He was born the favorite. And but I mean, good for him. But you know what I mean? And so but like my whole opinion of him has changed since doing the shadow work. And
which that's another thing is just owning your part in things.
Yes. When Terrence says that take ownership and I'm like, wait, he was the one drinking.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, but you could have left. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
Okay. That's accountability.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, that was at our first retreat that we had that conversation of owning your role in it.
Yes.
And there were some women in the group who were victims of sexual abuse as children. And it's like, okay, how am I supposed to own that? Yes. And it was like, you're owning that you were there, that it happened, just that it happened.
You were in the room. That's it. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that you did something to make it happen. It doesn't have to be that it's your fault. You're not taking ownership of that. Just you were there and it happened.
Right. And it's also on the flip side of that, it's very hard for us to take ownership of all of the good things as well.
Yeah.
We always recognize the bad and not the wins.
Yeah.
And
I did that.
Yeah. And I have a thing in my bathroom right above where I weigh myself. And it says you're winning. And it reminds me every single time I stand on that scale, I'm winning.
I'm still winning. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it doesn't say 359 anymore. Yeah. Not even close. And that is, and so we have to celebrate everything. And
you get to decide what winning really means.
Yes.
Which is so cool because for a long time, other people were defining that for you.
Correct.
That's one thing that I am constantly, the viewpoint that I'm constantly trying to get is that I get to decide I'm doing this. And it's this empowering thing of I get to control what happens next.
Yeah. And that you have no control over anyone else, which I tried to control everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I was probably borderline psycho stalker.
Which is exhausting.
Totally. I look back now. In fact, Brad and I were having a conversation the other night about it. And I was just the amount of energy I spent stalking you, not stalking, but
I mean, he's your husband.
PI, you know what I mean? I mean, my bestie, she jokes with me that I am the best private investigator ever.
I think a lot of women are.
Oh, yeah.
It's in our DNA.
I mean, I tracked where he went. I tracked who he talked to. I tracked who he texted. I mean, I was psycho. I wasn't, but I was crazy.
The amount of energy it took up.
Yeah. And no, it didn't change anything.
Yeah.
It didn't change who he was texting or what he was, it didn't change any of that. I mean, I would show up at the bar. And him and his friends would be like, how the hell does she know? I'm like, yep, I'm here.
Everything.
I'm here.
Do you think that came from, though, the infidelity and insecurities around that?
Oh, yeah. I was trying to stop it before it happened.
Yeah.
But it didn't stop anything.
Yeah. Like, how have you guys worked on healing that portion? Don't mind me asking.
The infidelity part, mm-hmm. I needed to feel safe. Mm-hmm. So a lot of apologizing, a lot of talking, and a lot of time showing me. Mm-hmm. Like I went through
consistent evidence.
Yeah, I went through some betrayal trauma therapy.
Yeah.
That helped a lot. Realize that because I put everything about my weight. Well, if I was just skinny, he wouldn't do this. It's because even though he was physically attracted to me always, it wasn't, that's where I went. And so then I hated myself more because I'm making my husband, step out and I'm, I'm doing all of this, but it was him.
Mm-hmm. He was making the choices
and the reasons had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And after he, we have talked so many times about it and him telling me like had nothing to do with you. I just, the reasons that I did it was, A, B, and C. And it was like, oh yeah, that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah. I love that he's able I think that's so cool that he's able to kind of realize what it was for himself.
Yeah.
And the communication around that.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
He's pretty, he's like Honest Abe. Isn't it Honest Abe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that guy can't lie. Even, he would come home and I'd be like, and he'd be like, okay. Like and that is one thing I definitely admire about him. And he's very black and white. So here I am. Like sometimes we'll be in public and, in a conversation, like with somebody we don't even know. And he's like, oh yeah, when we were divorced, I'm like, could you shut the hell up?
Stop being so honest.
Like, this is embarrassing. Like
I can relate to that.
Yeah, but he doesn't care. He's just like, why? It's part of our story. And I'm like, it's a dumb part of our story that I don't want to repeat.
You don't need to tell everyone.
Like, stop. But he, and I think that helps me heal because he doesn't sugarcoat and he doesn't lie.
Yeah.
And so him seeing the things that he's saying and also his actions, like the other day I had his phone out and he didn't think he was on something. Anyways, and he's like, did you just have my phone? I'm like, no. And he's like, well, you could. And I'm like, I don't need to.
Yeah.
Your phone's boring. Used to be exciting. Now it's boring. Like, yeah. So anyways.
Funny. I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, one question that I like to ask everybody.
Yes.
Is with everything that you've been through, what is something that you've learned that you'd like to share to help somebody who might be going through the same thing, whether that's relationship, weight loss, healing trauma, any aspect of that? What's something that you'd like to share?
I think has a little bit to do with all of it. And anybody fighting, any woman fighting with weight loss and struggling with weight loss, the most important thing I think I've learned is it's not just about the food. It's not just about the exercise. Mm-hmm. It's about so much more, healing the trauma and discovering yourself. Mm-hmm. And the most important thing is loving yourself. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. And I think realizing, I would agree with that so much. And for me, it was loving myself in all the aspects, in all of the stages of life that I've had, and realizing, I think sometimes, I don't know for you, but I've had a tendency to have a lot of judgment for past versions of myself.
Yes.
And being like, well, why didn't she react? Especially now that we have this whole tool belt, right? Mm-hmm. And going back and being like, why didn't I handle it? I should have handled it this way, or I shouldn't have done that. I have so much shame around that.
Why didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and this is one thing that Terrence helped me realize is it's like, it's not fair for you to have judgment on past versions of yourself because that version of yourself didn't know the things that you know now.
Correct.
And so just loving that version of myself there. Have you heard I always say this terribly wrong, the Ho'oponopono prayer?
No.
Oh my gosh, I have to send it to you.
Okay.
But it's, I love you. I'm sorry, thank you, and I think I forgive you.
Actually, I have.
Okay.
Someone told me to listen to that.
It's so powerful. And so just being able to go back to each version of myself in the past.
Yeah.
And just being like, hey, you did what you knew how to do at the time. And thank you for keeping me safe the way that you knew how. I love you. I forgive you. And kind of what you did in your breath work where you saw that past version of yourself and were able to like give yourself a hug.
Yeah.
And just being like, to leave that portion of yourself where they are and surround them with this bubble of love and forgiveness, and then realize like, okay, but now here I am and now I know these things.
Right.
And we're not doing that again.
Right. And when you start feeling or thinking, you know, the ways of the past, go back there.
Yeah. That's your cue.
And give her a hug and tell her you love her and, you know, and tell her everything's okay now.
Yeah. Because that's the old version of you coming up and saying, I need that hug.
Yes. And it's like, I'll give you the hug, but then I'm going to continue forward. We are going to continue forward because we're doing this.
Yes.
And we're okay and we're safe and, you know.
Yes.
So,
I love that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming on here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
This has meant so much.
Yeah. It's been fun.
It has been.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for listening to this episode. If you liked what you heard, please remember to subscribe and go leave a review on Apple Podcast. It helps me know what you want to hear and who I should have as a guest next. Thanks again, and until next time, keep living the life of a lotus.